Hi everyone. Frankie here at New West Reset. Hello. Thanks for shooting in and joining me here today. We're going to be checking out this cool row of really old buildings that runs along 7th Avenue here. I'm just off the corner of 7th Avenue and 1st Street Southwest here in Calgary. Not too long ago I was down here checking out this old church. So check out the video for that. I'll post the link for that at the end of this video. So, somewhere over here, right down over in here somewheres. Anyways, this is the addition to the old church from 1939. But today we're going to focus on everything just east of the addition. And we're going to head down here, have a look at quite a few old world brick, red brick buildings. And then we're going to, a guy's going to, shh, hold on now, don't tell anybody. But a guy's going to take you and sneak you around the back alley and have a look at some interesting stuff there as well. So stick around, be right back. Okay, so this first building I know at one point was an old video arcade, you know, pinball machines and video games. I used to come in here as a teenager quite a bit with my buddies and spend dozens of dollars in quarters feeding the machines, just feeding the machine. But prior to that, I think this was an old movie theater. I think. I'm not 100% sure. But let's just have a look here at the... There's some nice fancy brickwork there. There's some nice detail along the ridge line or the roof line there. And then it still has the old tech remaining there at the top. That's kind of neat. Couple of different kinds of brick here, so I'm not sure what's really going on there. We've got this sort of a pressed brick and then this red clay fired brick. Kind of an interesting entranceway. It's been really kind of retrofitted, but it's a beautiful old building. It says Calgary Stock Exchange on it. That's not true at all. Maybe way back in the day it was, but I don't think so. It doesn't look like the gloriousness of the stock exchange. Oh, here comes the train. Doesn't fail. Never fails. Shooting a video. Train going by. Anyway, this next building is the... some of the letters are missing from this. The something mere block? I don't know. It's missing some letters. Still has the some remains of the old mosaic tile on the ground for the entrance here. It's kind of neat. Big old door, huge windows. This was a shop of some kind back in the day. Clothing store or something, you know, maybe a... I don't know what. There's a couple of shops in here, maybe a hardware store or something. But it's funny because this is the same building. You could see, right, the whatever block. That entrance there, which is at ground level with the mosaic, it slopes upward a bit. But then in the same building, now you've got a different entrance and you got to go up 3 stairs to get into this entrance. So that's unusual. That's very odd. This one looks like it's been brutal facaded, but it's got a tile, mosaic tile that's got probably 11.4 million layers of paint, you know, 100 years worth of paint on it. Kind of an unusual angle to this entranceway, but a neat old building nonetheless. This other one I can remember, this one here with the bars on the front window, this used to be a pawn shop, but prior to that, who knows. Some nice brickwork on that as well. Nice detail up on the top there, a little bit of a swoop there with the brickwork, kind of nice. And this I think has some mosaic, yeah, this has the mosaic tile. Seen better days, some cracks and a little beat up, but still in really nice shape. It's nice that it's there anyway. The Klosaki block, okay, sure. This place here was a pawn shop, that I know for sure. And this place was also a pawn shop. This was like pawn shop row for these old buildings. You know, they were repurposed after their days of glory. Another train. So, you know, it became kind of a not so great part of the city. So they just, you know, a lot of them are pawn shops. Pawn shops, not porn shops, although maybe that too. This is an interesting building, the Canadian Bible Society. Just barely legible there, carved into the sandstone, Bible House, and then Canadian Bible Society. Still some remnants of the old world detail on that one. Coming apart rather quickly. And look at that. Pavement light. Right there. There's the glass, and then there's the concrete, and underneath the concrete here would be the metal skeletal support structure. They put the glass in, and then they pour the concrete over it, and then they wipe the glass blocks clean. This was something that I thought there was nothing left of these pavement lights here in Calgary, but well, I stand corrected. Not sure what this building used to be after it was the Bible Society, but that's pretty thrilling. I've lived here for 42 years. I've lived and worked, if not downtown, then very close to the downtown core, and I don't ever remember that. So that's pretty cool. That's a first. You've seen it here, right here first, good people. Oh, Frankie's giving it to you. Let's keep moving along here. This is a sandstone building, by the way. See there, that beautiful sandstone, locally sourced from one of the 15 or 16 quarries in the city at any given point in time. So this was a food and gift shop, obviously. Prior to that, who knows? Beautiful detail on that. Red brick and sandstone. I can't step back and get too wide of a view because then I'm standing on 7th Avenue. Where the train runs, and that's a ticketable offense, and a guy doesn't want to get run over by a 40,000-pound train. This brick wall here is the remnants of an old building that was demolished, and they've just kind of repurposed some of it. It's the side of that building. You can see some ghosting where there were some windows at one point that have been blocked in and painted in and so on. Now this is the Palomino Club. It's now a nightclub, restaurant, beer house. It's fairly nondescript, but it's a pretty neat old brick building as well. It's got that nice recessed entranceway. Glass all above there as well, which is kind of neat. Gonna keep moving here. Kind of pressed for time. We're losing daylight, and it's getting chilly on a guy. At the side of that Palomino Club. You can see also here the signs that there was at one point another building here, which they've since torn down, is now a parking lot. No big surprise there, I guess. But yeah, you can see down in here underneath all the paint and stuff, there's some, the old brick is still here. Look at that. Oh, whoops. Oh. Okay. Well, yeah, maybe. Okay, we'll just put that back there. That's fine. That'll just be our secret. It's fine. Nothing to worry about. But what I want to do now is shoot down this direction and scooch in behind some of these old buildings and see what we can see from the backside. Because who doesn't like to check out a nice backside? Anyway, hang tough. Right back. We're hanging out in the alleyway. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway. Here we are in the back alley of some of those buildings. There's the Palomino Club there, that white brick structure. That's that other building we looked at from the front with the blocked-in windows. I love looking at the back alleys. They reveal all kinds of secrets, like all of this crazy stuff. This sandstone building here. Look at this. With the brick addition on top, because they added an elevator at some point, I think. Arched windows, a doorway up there. Oh, watch that first step. It's a doozy. Kind of neat. Oh, that's not a door, it's a window. My mistake. This looks like it was a window to match that window, and they added a door. This is the original loading bay or loading dock door, maybe. Sugar showroom. Okay. Nice brick building here with the schmutz to make it look like it's a foundation. Phony foundation. There's brick under that black stuff. They just smear concrete over it, paint it, and say, oh yeah, no, that's the foundation there. Yeah, no. A cool little place here too. I don't want to go around and look at the fronts of these. I want to save that for another video, because the fronts of these buildings here is 8th Avenue, otherwise known as Stephen Avenue here in Calgary. A historical district, and that's going to be a nice big 1 hour plus walkabout Mudflood tour of Stephen Avenue. So we'll save the fronts, but at least we get a look at some of the back here, and we can see boarded up arched windows, old brick that started to turn yellow. There's a doorway up there. Now watch out for that first step. It's a doozy. Maybe a loft that they had at some point, a hoist to hoist stuff up into this. Maybe it was a warehouse or something at one point. There's another arch there that they put a vent in, and they've put a door in this one. All kinds of neat stuff here. See, the brick is starting to fall apart here. Look at this old place. This is the back of some of those places, like those pawn shops, the former Bible club place, whatever. Lots of old secrets here. This place here with the bricks just shooting right down to the ground right in here in the parking lot. It slopes downward here as well. A lot of times they'll paint paintings and murals to hide stuff. Some beautiful old stone buildings here. There's a blocked in arch there you can barely see, just peekabooing. I see a peekabooing right up there. There's the Calgary Tower. Beautiful views of the mountains from that thing. This great stone building here with all of these old blocked in and bricked in windows. A little bit of red brick coming out here. Not sure what's going on here. Looks like this was some sort of doorway or entranceway that they've filled in with brick at some point, and now that's starting to crumble away. I don't know what's going on here. There's some wood embedded right in the stone. Then you've got more red brick here. So maybe this was another window or door that they've filled in with brick and tried to smooth it over. Look at that. There's that sandstone erosion that I talk about all the time. Let's see if we can see anything in there. Just more stones and rocks under there. So that's neat. But look how it's eroding like that, because the snow and the moisture and the wind and the rain and everything, you know, makes quick work of that sandstone, unfortunately. Whew, it's getting cold. Another chilly one here today. It's deceiving because the sun is shining. But it's about -10 right now, which is, I don't know, 5 Fahrenheit or something. Chilly. Some lack of repair work done there. Really low windows on this here too. Lots of blocked in and boarded in doors. A great stone building. Hey, look at that. You've got some I-beams, steel I-beam there, or iron or whatever there and there. Looks like they were hacked off. And there's the other side, hacked off. I don't know. Very odd. Giant schmutz there. Looks like something was blocked in, covered up. Lots of deterioration here, unfortunately. But that's the thing about the alleyways, right? Is most people don't see this stuff, so they don't pay it too much of a mind. Oh, look at that. So there's brick right there, but the rest is stone. So maybe they removed, I don't know, something that was adjoining these two buildings, and to fill in some of the spots that were created when they tore it down or whatever, they filled it in with red brick. I don't know. doing construction here. There's the back of that old church that we looked at, and we looked at the back in that old video, or in the back of this old church in that video as well. So don't really need to get too much into it, but I want to check out what's going on with this hole down in here. This is another old building, but it's been facaded with, I think, granite. Let's see what we can see down in here. We'll just have to be careful. Hard to tell what we're looking at, if that's concrete down there or stone smeared in concrete. I don't know. It's hard to say. But they're messing around with something down there. And then this is the back of that old church with lots of blocked in windows and lots of really low windows too. And again, more deteriorating sandstone. So yeah, really interesting. This is the addition to the church that we saw from the front as well. Some of the old insulators from the old electrical system there. That's kind of neat. So yeah, a really cool look at the back side and front side of a pretty cool old row of old buildings here on 7th Avenue. Like I said, I'm just between 1st Street and 2nd Street southeast, I think. Yeah, southeast. So I think that is going to seal the deal here today for me at New West Reset. So once again, thank you very much for shooting in and joining me. Appreciate it as always. Let me know what you think down below. If you could just kind of beep boop bop it for me, that'd be great. Of course, do all the other YouTube stuffs. And until the next one, take care and have a good one. Cheers.